I'm going to keep this relatively short as well. Because unlike most of you people have known Buford for, decades, and I've had the opportunity. Shit.
Hang in there, brother. You got this.
I knew this was going to happen.
Now you're making all of us cry. Knock it off.
But, I've been blessed to know them for 7 years. And coming from Sacramento, I had a 4-piece band there, ukulele, bass guitar, and I had a percussionist. And I was all worried about, am I going to find any musicians, to play with? And so I ended up meeting a guitarist here in town, and we were working things out, and it didn't work out for him, and he moved to Salt Lake. But he told me, he says, hey, I've been going to these jazz jams around town, and he says, and I think I know somebody who can do this. So he made arrangements for me to get in touch with Buford and Shirley. And so what I did is I had a gig. My first gig was in 2018 here with Buford, and Buford and Shirley came to the gig, and I brought my percussionist and the guitarist up from Sacramento to do the gig. So they came to see, and I was not prepared for Buford's sarcasm. I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So we take a break, and I wanted to go out and see what he thought. First thing he said was, don't you know any good songs on that ukulele? And I'm like, really? You didn't like those songs? So it took me a few months to really figure it out. And I asked him one day, I said, Buford, are you going to constantly give me shit every time I say anything or for everything that I do? And he just smiled, and he looked at me and said, Dom, if I quit giving you shit, you'll know I don't like you anymore. And after that, it was great. And we had 7 years of magic. I mean, when we were rehearsing, we started rehearsing at Buford and Shirley's house, and I'd come home and I'd tell my wife Joanne, I said, honey, there's magic in the music, but I don't know if I can deal with this guy. And but I'm glad that I got through that, because it was just wonderful, and I'm grateful that I still have Shirley to play with now. So thank you.